Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fit or Miss, the podcast that is listening to the world's greatest Knicks tape, not mixtape, Knicks tape. My name is Will Lean, and I'm sitting here with my co-host.
What's up, guys? It's Fred Hill, a.k.a. the #1 Trae Young fan.
Boo.
Repping the Hawks all day. Hawks in 5, baby.
You know, as a man with a respectable hairline, I don't understand how you can support Trae Young. I'm going to just come out and say it.
Dude, I didn't know you were starting off that hot.
Oh, I'm coming. I got heat for Trae Young, man.
Well, what are you going to do tonight?
I'm going to watch us win. You know, Knicks in 7, baby. Knicks in 7.
I guess we'll have to see what happens.
You know, the other day when me and you in our text message thread, I shot that text message to you. What was Michael Jordan from The Last Dance? And that's how you can tell the sign of a good man, you know? If you're talking while you're down. If you're talking while you're down, you're a good guy. I can get with you.
That's true.
That's what we're going to do.
You know, Will might finally be scared of me after this one.
I'll never be afraid.
Or maybe, you know, he just gambled on his Knicks team and they're actually the better team. I wish this video wasn't flipped. We're going to be looking cross-eyed the whole time on here. You know what it is.
Well, yeah.
So
let's get into it. What's going on, man?
Man, we got a good one. Fashion writer and critic Eugene Rabkin from High Snobiety points out that kids who a generation ago were dreaming about being in a band now dream of having a streetwear brand. And this dream of following the Supreme model is nowhere near as easy as it seems. He wrote an article basically saying, should you start a streetwear brand? And the answer is no.
Yeah.
Can you make it in fashion? So I thought this would be good to talk about because people that listen and, you know, maybe some people on the podcast that, you know, are half host, have, you know, discussed making a clothing brand or some kind of streetwear brand themselves. Mm-hmm. I think as a podcast, we should both voice our opinions. Should you start one?
So you want me to go first or you want to go first?
I mean, we're just talking.
We're just riffing? All right.
We're just
so,
going.
You know, I read this, and I actually saw this before you texted me about this today, asking if we should put it
perfect
in the notes. Yeah, you know what? I disagree. I think kids should. I mean, you know, honestly, what he compared it to, right? He compared it to kids and their desire to, like, want to be in bands before. But now, you know, kids really don't do that anymore now because, like, I feel like SoundCloud, not to go on a tangent, but, you know, SoundCloud.
This is literally the segment for a tangent.
Yeah, but, you know, like, these kids now, man, like, they're making music on SoundCloud, and you really don't, like, you look at somebody like Lil Nas X or, like, a lot of these other, like, X, Temptation, or like a lot of these other guys, like Smoke Perp, these guys that are on our SoundCloud, they don't really have to make music in a band anymore. You don't hang out with your friends and jam in your garage. You don't do that stuff. So, you know, artistic interests change and they're into fashion. I say that's a good thing. How many of these kids that have SoundClouds are successful?
Yeah, I agree with you.
How many of these kids that have bands?
Way less than the ones that are.
Exactly. How many of these kids that were in bands or, you know, making garage bands were successful? I mean, I used to jam out in a garage when I was in high school, but how many of them? Like, nobody. Very few are successful. You know, so honestly, you have to reframe your perspective. Success for you, if you're doing that, is probably you get to play a bunch of local gigs. So you can, like, slap hands with people and get, like, free drinks at the end of the night. So I don't see a problem with this. I think he's kind of being a hater and being an old man, get off my lawn. Like, go for it. I mean, if it's your dream and you have a vision, go for it. Why not? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, look, let's put it into sports terms. How many kids growing up are playing sports and how many go pro?
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to make it big. And if you're going to go into an artistic endeavor, I'm all for it. I mean, there are things that you're going to learn along the way because not only are you going to have to design your clothes, I mean, you can be great at that, but unless word gets out or somebody finds you, you need to learn how to market.
Exactly.
You know, you got all these kids on social media. I mean, I think that's hard enough. Like, I think we talk about how we never, like, growing up, social media was just coming out, you know? Like, there was a time where you got made fun of if you were on Facebook too much.
Yeah.
You know, if you were just tweeting about everything. And now you're missing the party if you're not online, even if you're just a lurker like I am. So, I mean, you learn how to market, you know, you're posting like different art forms and like media. And, you know, I think it's a great endeavor to undertake. And, you know, there goes your first business. So why not go for it?
Yeah. Any hobby that you have, if you're young and you're out here listening to us right now, or if you're older, because learning never stops. Any hobby that you have, you will learn from. And to your point, right? Yeah, if you're doing design now, you're going to have to step up your computer skills. On top of that, you're going to have to learn how to sew. That's a lifelong skill. You're going to have to learn how to cut. That's a lifelong skill. You're going to have to understand patterns. You're also going to have to understand, certain aspects of art and stuff like that. So I feel like, and even, past that, you'll also learn things about yourself, like, professionalism. That goes to your marketing point, and just handling business and being an adult. Like I know when I used to play bass in high school, like it's the same thing as with sports, right? Like just being in a collective with people, knowing your role, accepting your role, and being proficient at that is a major skill because a lot of people don't understand that. There are a lot of people, not to sound like a boomer. There are a lot of but there are a lot of people now that graduate and they've been told their whole lives that they're the best in the world and they're amazing and they're special because they're so-and-so's child. And then they go out in the world and they can't compete and they can't succeed. And it's not because they're not smart. It's just that they don't understand how things really work. So yeah, if you're into fashion or music or whatever your hobby is, don't let this article deter you. Go out there, do the best you can do, and be the best you can be.
Yeah, and just be aware that there will be a little bit of a point where everything you're going to start off. It's this. There used to be this graph of like becoming a photographer, where you just start out, and it's like time versus how good you think you are.
Yeah.
And it starts off with taking pictures of cats, flowers, and dogs. Yeah. And you've been a photographer for 5 minutes and your self-esteem is way up here. Mm-hmm. And then you start to learn a little bit more and then you realize that you don't know anything.
Yeah.
And your skill as a photographer goes up, but your self-esteem gets lower.
Yeah.
And, you look back on some of the stuff that you made or you shot, bringing it back to fashion, you'll have your brand that you started off with, and then a couple of months later, if you're sticking with it, you'll look back and cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
But then a little while down the road, you'll look at it and be like, well, that was cool. Like I was making these dumb mistakes that, I didn't even know I was making. And, it actually led to something more creative.
I agree with you 100%, 110%. Look, anything that you go into, right, you're going to suck when you first get into it. But that's where the learning comes from. Learning comes from failure. So, you go through those motions. You do things. You start off by sewing pillowcases. Or, or like you said, you start off, you're a film guy. You start off by taking photos of cats. Whatever your medium is, you start off at the bottom and then you work your way up. And, that's what you're supposed to do. Everyone has to work their way up. And I know like a lot of you guys are probably going to like come in the comments and say like, oh yeah, well Kanye didn't have to work his way up. He started off, but that's not true. One, because he had to start off interning. And two, he worked his way up in another art form and then, use that art form and the status that he had in that art form as leverage to go into another one. And even then, his first designs were terrible. I'm not a fan of his designs now, but his first designs, I think we both can agree, are bad.
Yeah. Or he was just like ripping off like Ralph Lauren polo.
Oh, absolutely.
And it also helps to have an audience. And I mean, so, to peel back the curtain here, like something I've been following like a lot on Twitter is like how to build an audience. We've been really focusing like with the podcast on, technical aspects and kind of getting a feel for how to do it. But the next phase is, really starting to build an audience. And now I'm just following a million different Twitter threads that I have saved on how to organically grow. So
bots.
I know. Yeah. It's all you bots out there. Thanks for the downloads. No, but like, you have people like Kanye and Virgil. And I mean, I didn't know who Virgil was. And Kanye was just shouting him out as his creative director.
Yeah.
Early on. And I was like, oh, who's Virgil? And then next thing you know, you have the greatest brand ever, Pyrex 23 Vision, which is so ahead of its time. So now we have Off-White, but
there you go.
And then I honestly, out of all of them, Heron Preston's like the best designer out of the ones that were referenced. So, you might even find that, going into specifically if you want to start designing, that you have another niche, and then you can elevate your friends' dumb brands to another level.
And that's another thing too, like collaborate with people. This article I felt like came from the vein of like, oh, well, it's the field's so saturated,
Yeah.
so you won't be able to do it because all the other friends are going to try to do it anyway, so it's no point. But no, like, collaborate with your friends. Get together. Everybody put your designs in together. Be a collective. Borrow. Talk about things. If you're good at something and your friend's not, but vice versa at something else, y'all swap it out and do it like that. I mean, the possibilities are limitless, but you have to just go in with the right mindset and just be prepared to lose and suck for a little bit.
And just be like a little bit delusional to think that you can make it, because if you can just believe that.
Yeah. Nobody believes you believe yourself, man.
That'll keep you going. But then you get to look back and, that's what a lot of people say. They always say, like, I was completely delusional. Well, stay that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
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 Unless, I guess, pay your bills first and then do the
always
fashion.
pay your bills first. Y'all, rent/mortgage, water, gas, and electric. Anything else is expendable. Those three. Pay those three first.
But if you would have listened a couple episodes ago, or at the beginning of the year where we were pumping that AMC stock, you should definitely be fine by now.
Oh, I'm good. You see that thing shot up today?
That was wild. I'm mad I didn't get in on some more. But, I've got an Enron like stock.
Got an Enron stock?
Yeah, I'm all about Humble. It's like this new PayPal thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's but then I keep looking at other stuff and the way they're investing and doing things, like it might be Enron.
Are you shouting out the apes right now?
Yeah.
Pump and dump, baby.
Just trying to get that.
Diamond hands into the moon. If you know, you know. What's next?
Yeah. So the brand Rhone, who I think we're both fans of.
Yes.
Or at least, I like the bizarre version of them.
What's that?
They're teaming up. Oh, like Miles and Oliver.
Oh, okay.
They're all very similar. I like that. Well, Rhone actually calls out Lululemon all the time.
Okay.
And they're always like, "Don't buy Rhone." Like they have the targeted ads. So like, shout out to them with their advertising. It's like, don't buy Lululemon. But Rhone, you'll get me if you make a 28-inch inseam. Your boy, cuffing season is over for me. And when I mean cuffing season, I mean my pants. So I'm not cuffing them anymore. But Rhone is teaming up with Men's Health. They created this t-shirt. It says mental healthy. It comes in green and gray. And it's just a, regular performance t-shirt. And it's to encourage a positive dialogue around mental health. And, men are talking about it now.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think this is a good idea. I mean, it's obviously, actually, it's not a cash grab because I'm looking at it now and it's saying 100% of the net proceeds will go to benefit Mental Health America. So it's not a cash grab. I think this is something that's really good. It's something that needs to be talked about. We talk about mental health now. What's the girl's name? Naomi Osaka, the one that plays tennis.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the woman's name. The one, but yeah, she just dropped out the other day from what was that, French?
Yeah, the French Open, because they said that she didn't want to deal with the media, take questions, and they were like, all right, well then you can't play. Well, and then she got fined by all 4 major opens.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you hate to see it, but I feel like, especially because of how aggressive the media is, if you're telling them, hey, especially if you're not asking for that all the time, but if you're just saying it's like, hey, this is a one-time thing, like I don't need to do this, then I feel like you would make that exception. I mean, it's not like she went up there and marshalled it. Like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So,
I mean, I guess that's the alternative.
I guess that's what you do.
If they turn it down and you're like, all right, well, I'll go talk to them, and then you just give them absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but then the media who controls the narrative, they go and they they just say that you're a terrible person, you're just a misanthrope, and you're really hard to work with. But all of that's neither here nor there. I think this is really good. I love the idea. We need to talk about men's mental health a lot more. We don't. Well, first off, we just don't talk about mental health, but we definitely did talk about that with men because when you're looking at our culture. And not to use buzzwords like toxic masculinity and all of those things, but in the patriarchy, But that's definitely something that happens. Like men don't feel comfortable about those things. They don't feel like they can talk about them. And we need to normalize that. You know, everyone has friends, or you should have friends. And if things are bothering you, if you're going through a rough patch, you should be able to discuss it and talk about it. So I think the shirt's a good idea. I'll probably buy one. How about you?
I really like the design of the shirt. I like that Men's Health has made their website way less terrible. I kind of figured looking at the shirt, I was a little worried because of the way Rhone and Men's Health were collaborating, or the way I see Men's Health present their site with a million ads, and it looks terrible, and their site's impossible to read. They're doing a lot better, so I might pop back over and check out an article again.
Okay.
So, I mean, even Men's Health is, improved their website.
Are you going to read Esquire next?
That depends. I kind of, a lot of times I just go on and like hate read GQ, but I think I'm kind of like softening on it.
Why do you dislike GQ so much?
Well, I used to this actually comes from some education from you. Honestly, when I would just like rip on it, and I guess I didn't like all the political stuff, and now just like I didn't like the politics, but it's not like I disagreed with things they were saying. I was just like, why is this here while I'm talking about fashion? Yeah. And you're like, dude, fashion is
the most liberal art form.
It's the most, so you can't, they go hand in hand. Yeah. And I guess now it doesn't really like bother me. I think it was really just the Keith Olbermann thing. I think that's what pushed me over the edge.
Well, Keith Olbermann is a jerk, and even though I can be liberal, and two things can be true at once. Like I can support the ideas that GQ talks about and that they touch on, but I can also think that Keith Olbermann is trash. Yeah. So yeah, both of those things can be true.
Yeah, and it was maybe a little jarring that the site that I started reading. I probably started like reading and like going on GQ in like 2009. 2010, and it just kind of they caught me off guard a little bit when they were they had like articles on what sex toys to use too. I just wasn't ready for that.
You weren't ready.
Look, I'm working in an office, okay? I'm just killing a little time at work, and like this pops up like.
So you've never been to like a sex toy party?
No, I actually haven't.
I have.
But, then I kind of know what I'm in for. If I was just like, oh, are there any like cool new clothes I should get? Like what's cool for the summer? Can I still wear fedoras? And then it's like, well, I got something else for you.
It's 5 inches and it's buzzing.
Yeah. I wasn't totally ready for that. So I just, the whole, I guess, the direction it was kind of taking me, and that's kind of where I was like, can I just get some clothing advice? And I'm like digging for the
that's what Esquire is for.
I like.
If you just want to wear 15 variations of a gray sweater, just read Esquire.
That's the one thing I'm very good at. I need somebody to get me away from the gray sweater, so that's why I go to GQ. Yeah. But all right, we got to stay on this fast food train.
That's right. Let's take it to food.
The latest and greatest collab with McDonald's is between McDonald's and K-pop band BTS, which, I mean, we thought the Travis Scott was cool. We thought it was a J Balvin.
The J Balvin
had the milkshake, because that's definitely what I wanted to knock down after eating a Big Mac.
I love the McDonald's milkshakes. Especially Shamrock shakes. Keep going.
Yeah, I can't. I've reached a point, though, where I can't do, like, the burger and the milkshake. I have to choose. That's what I'm saying. 15-year-old me is like, all right, I can do another one, but...
Man, I could do both. I can eat the burgers, fries, and a shake.
You can do them all?
Oh, I can do them all.
And you don't need to be within a bathroom within the next...
Oh, I need to be within a bathroom.
Yeah, see, I might have to go somewhere after, I'm an adult. But the new BTS combo meal is a 10-piece nugget with fries and a drink. Really not groundbreaking, but it comes with 2 new sauces, a sweet chili and a Cajun sauce. And they both have Korean text on it, which is probably the most Korean thing about the Cajun sauce. But the spicy chili actually is similar to, I just lost the name, the gochujang. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't even know if I said it right. I've never been able to pronounce that right. But it's more similar to a flavor profile of that, but they don't actually put that in there. But then again, it's McDonald's. What are you expecting? So really, the big sell is the dipping sauce on the nuggets.
This collaboration's trash.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I guess it's cool if you added the sauces or that you added some new sauces.
This was kind of cool when they did it with the Travis Scott thing. The J Balvin one was It was the Travis Scott one was mid.
They took the pickles off the Big Mac.
Yeah,
stupid.
The J Balvin one was like and this is just terrible. Like honestly, if McDonald's, if you're gonna do this, then you have to actually like put some effort into things. Put some kimchi on a burger or something. See, that's not a bad idea.
No, that's good.
But see, that's something that you could do. That would be a BTS burger.
Yeah,
you put some kimchi on, but you would never. I mean, dear Lord knows how the kimchi would taste from McDonald's.
Yeah, but at least like it's coming. It's or some kind of like cabbage. So that's an inexpensive food product.
Exactly.
Kind of got to think around that. They could have just like, no, I don't know. Would this have? I'm thinking out loud here. If they did like Korean barbecue, could they have went down that road? I'm not saying do a Korean barbecue McRib, but
I don't think they have barbecue at McDonald's. Do they? Do they have?
It's not barbecue, but like there's a lot of things that people call barbecue. Like the McDonald's version of barbecue is the McRib.
Well, if they had like a barbecue or they had like a sriracha sauce and like a chicken sandwich, like anything. But this is
literally that would be better.
This would be better than this. Like this is so lame, and they're obviously pandering. And they know it's going to sell out because all of these kids love BTS, and kids enjoy stuff in McDonald's down their faces because they don't know better yet. So, I mean, it's going to sell a lot. But I think this is definitely the worst one, which was the next question. Do you think that this is the worst one?
Oh yeah, it's definitely the worst. Well, I don't know. At least they added something new. Like they didn't even do anything with the J Balvin.
Well, that's true. They didn't.
Yeah, and I mean what was the Travis Scott one? Was it just a quarter pounder?
It was a quarter pounder. They put an extra slice of cheese on it. I think. And then they gave you. It was a certain sauce with the fries.
You got a barbecue sauce with it.
Yeah, and then you got Sprite.
Yeah. So really, that should have just been like the baseline, and then they would have to take it up a notch. Build it. Yeah. And they're going the wrong direction. Is really what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was just cool that the whole thing started where it was like Cactus Jack sent me.
Yeah, maybe one day if we get famous, we'll collaborate with McDonald's and put together a curated meal.
Oh, definitely. it'll be a McRib inside a McChicken, and then you dip it in a milkshake.
That's yours?
That's ours.
Mine, first off, is would have the fillet of fish on it.
Oh, yours would be the fillet of fish.
Mine is going to be the fillet of fish. So I'm thinking ours would be like a surf and turf sandwich.
Yeah.
With chicken and a fillet of fish patty on it.
No, that's just I'm out on that one.
You're out on that one?
There's a way to mix.
You just talked about putting a big rib on a chicken sandwich.
That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just listing random things. If I had a McDonald's meal, it would just be like 5 double cheeseburgers.
Oh my god. And then like 2,500 calories.
Hit me with that Fred special. It's just like, well, you just keep eating McDoubles until actually the other day I did eat 2 McDoubles and a McChicken, so that would be my meal.
You ate at the same time?
Yeah, I just sat there and just was
You ate regular. 2 McDoubles and a McChicken at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow. And you can't have a milkshake with a burger, but you can have 2.
No, it's like as soon as I introduce like the dairy of the cheese, but just to drink like a McDonald's milkshake, it's probably not even real. Is it even dairy based? Honestly,
I don't know.
Like how Dairy Queen, they can't call them like ice cream. It's a frozen or sweet.
Well, it's a blizzard, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but they say like here are our treats, not my ice cream.
Do you really want to ask how the sausage is made?
No, dude. But I mean, good luck getting a milkshake anyway. Like you probably couldn't even get the J Balvin meal because the ice cream machine is broken. People were saying like if they how like, well, now in Maryland they're doing the $40,000 drawing if you're over 18 and you get vaccinated.
That's a perfect segue. Good job.
So it's like if you drive up to McDonald's and you just won the 40K and they go, the ice cream machine's broken. You go, how much to fix it? So that was good.
You know what ice cream machine always breaks at McDonald's? My old boss
Why?
his partner franchised a couple of McDonald's, and he explained to me why it always breaks.
Why is that?
Because most of McDonald's, like 85, I think it's like either 85 or 90% of McDonald's,
Yeah.
they aren't actually owned by McDonald's themselves. McDonald's just sells the licensing.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't own it, right? So you get these guys that go into like the restaurant business and they can't afford 2 machines and they just get one.
Yeah.
And then the machine overheats and it's just like, we're done. And it's just easier to just say it's broken instead of like saying, oh, it overheated. Like, come back. Because it's also fast food. Like, you're not going to tell somebody, hey, like, it'll be back in like 2 hours. Come back. It's just like it's broken.
Man, must get tough around Shamrock Shake here for you when you're looking for one. It's more of like a journey.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm always looking for the Shamrock Shake. But Fred, this is weird. I'm doing the segue now.
Do it.
But Fred, speaking of blowing all your Maryland State Lottery Vax money at the McDonald's to buy an ice cream machine, let's talk about a special concert that's happening in Florida. So there's a concert that's happening in Florida that has a surprise pricing plan. If you have your COVID vaccine, $18. If you don't have your COVID vaccine, $999. How do you feel about this?
I like to say that it's a free market and business owners can do what they want. So if they ask you to see your government ID and then a vaccine card, and I can't walk in there, in the nude. There's rules, and if I follow them, then I get a cheaper ticket. I think that's totally reasonable.
Do you even know the band that is performing this concert?
I didn't even see what
I don't even know which band is performing this concert.
No, I thought it was a
it's just
that was
venue.
just the venue's policy.
Oh, it's just that's
whatever you're going to see is just they're kind of they're taking into account this is like a risk reward thing where if you don't want to be vaccinated, then it's kind of but the concert venue doesn't want to turn you away. It's just a different pricing plan. And people pay for VIP. Now, it is kind of messed up if they put you all in an unvaxxed section.
Oh, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, now we're getting into some very interesting territory.
And that's the difference for me. And to your point, if they let you pay the $999 and you can still go into the concert, then I'm fine with it. But if they put you in they segregate you from everyone else, then I don't feel good about this.
Yeah, based on America's history, maybe we should avoid doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are you a fan of the strategy? As long as we're not,
as long as people aren't segregated, I am a fan of the strategy. I believe it is your right to not get vaccinated if you don't want to get vaccinated. I think you should get vaccinated, but I think it is your right, and that's America. America is a pretty libertarian place. So I'm okay with that, but it's like you said, free market economy. It's their right to say, well, you didn't get the vaccine, you can't show proof of the vaccine, so you gotta pay up $999.
Spin Zone. That's kind of a flex. Oh yeah, I can just go to this venue and I'll drop $1,000. I don't care, and then people think you're super cool.
Yeah,
I'll be like, that guy's really rich and not vaccinated. Good for him.
Yeah, because it's definitely the rich people that aren't getting vaccinated.
Yep, not on this podcast. We're a pro-vax podcast, everybody. We've been saying it every episode. Will goes on a rant at the end anyway.
That's right. Get your vaccine. Come on, guys.
All right, let's wrap it up with Kanye Corner.
Let's do it.
Our boy Kanye is out. He was seen photographed with a mask on, no Kim Kardashian, no wedding ring. And what is this mask, dude?
I'm not really surprised by the mask because this isn't the first time. Kanye loves a mask that covers his whole face.
Yeah,
takes me back to that Yeezus style.
Yeah, he's all about this with the full face covering.
The Margiela. Yeah, so the mask isn't that weird. I'm just glad that Kanye's out and about, isn't still sulking or still hanging out in Wyoming. He's coming back to society. I also heard he's out here dating a model.
Oh, he is? Who's he
I can't remember her name, but I heard he's dating a model. I think she was married to another famous actor before.
He's definitely looking thick, though.
Oh, Kanye's put on some quarantine weight. He's quarantine thick.
He's quarantine thick, but then what about getting breakup thin?
Who gets breakup thin?
Oh, I do, dude.
You get breakup thin?
Oh, yeah, man. Newly single me is like, I'm going to go to the gym. I don't drown myself in I don't hit the bottle when I'm like sad. I go to the gym. Okay. So when I'm happy, I guess I just treat my body like a trash can.
There you go.
So I'm a fat, happy guy. So if you ever see me with a 6-pack, ask me what's going on. Well, that's when you check on my mental health.
Well, everybody when they gain weight, they're happy.
That's true.
Because, it's like relationship weight. You get in a relationship, you gain those 15 pounds. When you're in school and you're away from your parents and you can do all of those things that you weren't able to do at your parents' house, you gain some weight. Like, you always gain weight when you're happy.
Yeah. There's also a threshold, though, where, you pull up your pants one day and you're like, oh, well,
yeah,
my closet's a bit limited. Then we get back into the sad territory. But we got this picture here, Kanye wearing, an oversized crew neck. He's got the chain, some kind of weird fitting pants, and the Yeezy runner foam Gap guys. You think any of this stuff's shoes are going to be available through the Gap Yeezy?
I actually like the pants.
Yeah, what do you think of this fit? You like the pants?
Actually, you know what? I kind of like the fit. I think it's a nice casual fit. I mean, it's obviously designer because he's a designer and he's wearing all of his own stuff. But it takes me back to that phrase I think I dropped a couple of podcasts ago. You can't wear designer every day, so it's a nice casual look. It's normcore. Shout out to Larry David, the GOAT of normcore.
Dude, he really is like my style icon.
Well, of course he is. Larry David is normcore. He is the style god of normcore. Just like, this is how I dress. Like, everything he wears is nice.
Yeah.
It's semi-designer, but he just like comes
out
the house
to Barney's.
Nice. Yeah.
Him and A$AP Rocky.
There you go. Speaking of A$AP dating Rihanna. Did you see that GQ interview? He came out and said he's dating Rihanna.
Oh, he officially came out and said it? I didn't read the
GQ
he came
review.
Out.
He came out, yeah. He's dating her.
I was worried it wasn't about A$AP Rocky. It was going to trick me into, buying a sex toy.
You got to lean into those sex toys, man. I don't know what you're so afraid about.
I'm very timid.
You ever see that SNL skit where it's like Adam Sandler and he's talking about it's a pill?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh man, I have to show you when we're done. But it's hilarious. But yeah, it's just
Can
say
you
it's
reenact
a pill.
it? It's definitely good. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so Kanye's out there. But I like that you did a double Kanye corner.
I knew you would. I know that's your boy.
Kim Kardashian was at the tequila party with Drake as a guest. Now this was Kendall's tequila party.
Mm-hmm.
We were celebrating her new tequila launch. A little bit of cultural appropriation.
Who is Drake and Kendall Jenner tequila?
No, I don't think Drake's making.
I'm sorry. Okay,
it's just Kendall Jenner's like tequila brand. They just had a party.
No, but I'm saying who is drinking Kendall Jenner's tequila?
I mean, I would try it maybe.
You would try that? Oh, stop!
You never know.
Stop.
I'm one review away from somebody being like, "This is really good tequila."
Stop! I'm not drinking Kendall Jenner's tequila. But go ahead, keep talking. I'm sorry.
Oh, but there was a rumor that Kim and Drake were together, and a source close to them both said it wasn't true.
Okay.
But do you think Drake actually has it in him to date? Not open. No, whoa. Hold on. It's one thing to have a little secret thing, but like publicly.
You mean the same way he feels like Kanye shared that information about his secret son? You mean to tell me Drake, the pettiest person in the game, the person that talks about Scorpio season, and I don't even believe in horoscopes, but King Scorpio out here, are you asking me, do I really think that he would do this?
I'm saying he would do it like, I don't think he would do it that openly. Like, they would never like openly date.
Fred.
I don't think it would happen.
Well, I don't think she would date.
Because then Kanye would just send Pusha T after Drake again.
You can't touch Drake. Drake has so much money, he runs with security. You cannot touch Drake.
It's fine. I'm just saying, he would just send Pusha T. I don't mean like Pusha T would like physically harm him. you know.
Well, when you say send somebody at somebody, I'm assuming somebody's getting snuffed.
No, he would just like, you know, drop another song, and because that's who I thought Pusha T was the one that dropped the fact that he was hiding his.
Yeah, but Kanye gave him the information. That's what Drake said.
Yeah, okay, that's fine, but Kanye didn't tell anybody.
He told Pusha T.
Yeah, but then Pusha T was getting into his own beef with him, and you know.
They've always been beefing. Him and Drake have been beefing for years.
All right, well that's fine, but anyway, I don't think Drake has the stones to be that open about it.
You don't think Drake?
It would just be under the radar.
You don't think Aubrey Drake Graham has the stones to come at Kanye's neck like that?
No.
Have you seen the way that he moves?
What do you mean? All right, give me an example.
Back to back, him talking to Serena and making Common have an aneurysm and jump out the window. The Nicki Minaj thing. I don't think he really slept with Nicki, but he definitely kind of, you know, alluded to it and left some gray space there.
So that's what I'm talking. No, so that's what I'm talking about. Is like like stuff like that.
Oh, he was very public with Serena Williams.
But
he was very public with her.
I thought they actually like dated.
They did. He was very public, but he was, you know, him and Common had some static, and he was like, all right, well, yeah, but I do that. It's whatever. Like, deal with it.
I don't think it's gonna do it with Kanye. I don't know, dude.
Look, Drake's built different, man. I'm gonna tell you, Drake is a softer rapper, but he's built for war, and not war the way that most of these other guys do. He's not gonna hit you with like the super killer bars, but he has the access and just the you know, the capabilities in life to just hurt you. And I could totally see him do that. I don't even think he really even want to talk to Kim K, but I could see him doing something like letting the paparazzi see him like kiss her.
That's
the same thing.
Yeah.
That's beef.
No, I don't think they'd really be all right. So maybe that was really my point.
That's not beef.
No, I'm saying like I don't think they'd like actually date. Maybe that's what it is, because you know, he can't afford to lose his career to a Kardashian. Takes some guys a while to recover, okay?
Some guys never do. Shout out to Lamar Odom. Shout out Chris Humphries.
I think we might have to end it there.
Shout out to Ben Simmons free throws. Shout out Ben.
Are they still together? No, she's dating Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Kendall's dating.
Kendall's probably the
Devin
best one
Booker.
to date.
I think so.
God help you date Chloe.
Oh my God. Let's wrap this up.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming and checking us out. We got some more stuff on the way. I don't know if you guys have been checking the YouTubes, but we obviously have some video up. We talked about our past couple episodes, so please make sure to go and check us out on YouTube at Fit or Miss. That's all you have to type in, and we'll pop right up. Also, we will have some sponsors on the way, too, so make sure that you're checking those guys out, too, and we start debuting our sponsors in a couple of weeks. My name is Will Lean, and you can find me at Senor_Will_Verde_Trace, and you can find me on the gram. And I'm sitting here with,
hey guys, Fred Hill. You can find me on Gram at Bro Martha Stewart, and our main page at Fit or Miss Podcast. And yeah, catch us on there.
That's right, guys.
Have a good week. Don't date anybody who has OJ as a father.